Let us immerse ourselves in the intriguing story of Mister Marcel. He was a businessman, a father of three and a loving husband. His life began in the bustling city center of Zurich, where he grew up and later took over the family business. The company was a plaster shop over many generations, but Marcel completely transformed it and turned it into a specialized plaster manufacturing company and became prosperous in the process. But Marcel had a bigger dream. At the age of 50, he was ready to fulfill it. He sold his business and moved away from the bustling city center of Zurich to the peaceful French countryside. His dream was to convert a French manor into his dream estate. He found the property he was looking for and transformed it into a masterpiece using all his skills and knowledge he accumulated over the years. Their children slowly moved out to the bigger cities, seeking opportunities, while Marcel and his wife remained inside the manor until the final years of their lives. His beloved wife passed away first, and he lived on the estate alone until the year 2013, when his dream was left behind forever. Unfortunately, his children are unable to reach an agreement on how to divide the massive property and its contents. They have been in a lawsuit for years and are thus not allowed to enter the manor. Allow us to take you inside the walls of this unique property and show you what has been left inside.
Welcome back everybody to the Bros of Decay. I'm Leslie and today I'm going to show you another fantastic place in the country of France where I'm right now. It's still very early in the morning. The birds are chirping. It's very scenic right now. But I gotta tell you something. For the first time ever in 10 years of exploring, I'm exploring completely on my own. I'm doing a solo exploration and I must say it's quite exciting and terrifying at the same time. But I gotta get used to it. I wanna explore more on my own because I feel that I notice more now. I see more details when I go throughout the places. But anyway, I got a fantastic place to show you today and I got you guys today to keep me company inside of this place. Have a look at what I am seeing here right in front of me. The beautiful mansion or manor from Marcel and Petra, who left it behind 9 years ago. What a fantastic place. I'm so excited to take you all throughout there. They also had a wonderful garden behind their house that I of course also have to show you. And the first thing I noticed when I got into this place is right over there. This is sort of a fishing pond in the backyard of the mansion. You can see it has not been maintained for the last 9 years. There's a layer of greenery covering the surface of this little lake. It's wonderful to see. They've got such a nice backyard and I'm so happy that I came early in the morning. I was here already at 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh no, sorry, 6 o'clock in the morning. I mistake myself, 6 o'clock in the morning to take in everything about this place. Because I love the outside, I love the architecture, I love everything about it. Wow, isn't it just spectacular? Okay, we're coming up to their front porch over here. They also got this little outside sitting area to the right side of the building here. Oh. Here they would sit outside, enjoy their garden. Back in the day when the whole family was still together, they would be sitting here. I believe, yes, look at this. Completely covered in spider webs. This was Marcel, his last drink. A Leffe Blonde from my country, from Belgium. Oh, it's crazy to see his last drink outside here. And it looks like he was also doing some maintenance on this machinery that's standing outside here. I think it was this one that he was working on. Look at that. It's completely opened up. He was trying to fix it, but he never finished his project. It's always very sad to see when people are doing something for the last time and don't even get to finish it. Oh, the facade of the building, absolutely magnificent. An ivy slowly crawling up its walls and slowly starting to take it over. Okay. Here we come into the back garden of the place. Oh, the sun is very bright out. I can feel that it's going to be a nice and hot day today. A little shed here in the back as well. Curious to see what's inside of here. Oh yeah, I think it was sort of a chicken house. Yeah, you can see the excrements of the chickens are still lying in here. Definitely a chicken house. Also had a back gate here to drive in from the back side. And then we get another spectacular view from the back side of this wonderful mansion. Have a look at that. Oh, okay, let's walk around the house, see if we can enter somewhere. Oh, everything of this place is literally falling apart after almost a decade. Ooh. What's this over here? Look at that. That's a basement. I didn't even know this place had a basement. Oh wow. Okay, of course I gotta go inside of it. I gotta show you what's inside of Marcel, his basement. First off to the side here, a lot of toilets. A lot of toilets. I know that Marcel also did business in Hong Kong, and I can immediately notice from my time in Japan, these are special toilets. These are Hong Kong, Japanese or Korean toilets. Those fancy mechanical, those fancy electronic toilets, as you always see them. Oh, I love the arch style basement in here. Typical from the time period that this house was built. Oh, exposed brick in here. It's wonderful. Think we come here to a dead end. Yeah. And then we also have this side of the basement over here. You can see a lot of studs standing here. And this is probably for all the plaster works that he did inside of the building. Of course, after his retirement, after selling the shop, he still was keen on his life's work, on plaster molding, and he did it throughout the end of his life. And we're also gonna see it inside of the place. This was his maintenance section. All his tools are literally scattered over the ground. Okay, we're gonna go inside of the place now, and I'm gonna show you everything that's left behind in there. Whoa, the sun is very bright out today. Okay, let's go to the left side of the building right now. Here we also got a doorway, but that is completely overgrown. Oh, and then we come again to the front of the mansion, to the front of the manor. Wow, isn't it just spectacular? Again, I keep saying it. But outside here standing is also the RV of Marcel and Petra. And with this RV, they regularly visited their home country, Switzerland, and where they used to live in Zurich, the capital of Switzerland. Have a look at this beauty. Isn't it just magnificent? 7,600 kilometers they drove with this thing. That's not much. Wow. Oh, it's a very small RV, as you can see. Curious to see where they would sleep. Oh, I think they would convert this bed over here into a sleeping area. Very small and tiny space. I'm actually also converting a van into an RV right now to travel throughout Europe. That's my plan for the upcoming years, I would say. Wow. I'm very jealous of them. Ah, here's their bed space up here. They would lower it down and sleep on there. Okay. Let's walk up their beautiful front porch and let's enter inside of the building. Wow, I love the pillars already. The lantern that's hanging here. And this takes us inside through these beautiful blue doors into the hallway over here. Wow. Let's close these behind us so nobody can enter in while we are inside of here. And then we can start to focus on this magnificent building. And again, already the entrance hall is a masterpiece. Wow. I got caught by this lantern that's hanging up here. We can already see something of Marcel's past. The plaster work, the crown molding or the molding that's right above there. It's wonderful. Wow. And with this kinds of arts and crafts with moldings and plaster, Marcel made his fortune throughout his life. He had a wonderful shop in the center of Zurich, and he also had lots of people working for him. Here's the stairway, the beautiful wood stairway that leads up to the second floor, covered with a rug. And you can see, even in his last days of his life, he was still working on the building. He was still plastering it and making it how he wanted it, but he never finished the job. A set of golf clubs to the right side of me here. Also love to do some golf on the side probably. And then we also got these skis standing here as well. Reflex, it says on them. And also some pieces of plaster lying here to the right side, the left side. Oh, here's a chair to do your duty on. So Marcel was probably in an age where he needed that. Okay. We got these arched style doors over here that lead into the living space. That's the next room that we're gonna look at inside of this house. Wow. The first thing I want to show you when I start to go into this room is of course the plaster molding, because that leads to the story of Marcel. This was his life's work. Wow. And even in this room on this side, I think he was putting in this door. He was making something from it. He was putting in this door, but he never even finished it. And the first thing I thought when I came into this building was this front or this sort of desk or bar that you have over here. But I was thinking maybe they were renovating this place and making it into some sort of a B&B, because around this area over here there are a lot of B&Bs, bed and breakfasts in France. Look at that. Beautiful vase with some flowers on there. And I also love this painting that we have behind here. Looks like some sort of a classical 18th century regency dance party. Absolutely love it. And then we end up into some sort of a living room. And I think I might be right with my story. I don't think it was ever open as a B&B or as a B&B, but they might be planning for it. As you can see, this looks like some sort of a reception area for the house. Even with this little desk in the middle, some books on top of there. As you can see, all books are written in German. So in Switzerland, they speak Swiss, German, and French. And they, of course, all spoke German. As you can see, Das große Farbige. Lovely. And even an iron, vintage, antique iron down there. So this might have been their soon-to-be reception hall of their lovely B&B. Hey, I would stay here if I had the opportunity. Who wouldn't stay in a house like this? A lovely mirror above here, gold plating all around it. These candle holders, even some beeswax candles. Look at that, some beeswax candles still in there. Not fully finished. And then marble fireplace underneath it. Absolutely beautiful. Probably Italian marble. Wow. So curious what this room leads to. A little bit of junk over here. Oh yeah. Look at this. Wow. From that reception hall, we immediately step inside of a beautiful pink bedroom. And this leads onto the story that they were converting this place into some sort of a B&B, but they never came to fruition, because why would you place a bedroom right next to the reception hall? Wonderful painting above there of the flowers. And this was the pink room. I love this bed that we have inside of here. Absolutely beautiful. The crown on there, the upholstery. Wow. I would love to sleep in a bed like that. Look at this beauty. And then they had this little sink area to the left side of it, an upholstery chair right next to it. Oh, this mirror above here is also amazing. Look at this beauty. And then we got a secretary desk right next to it. These are one of my favorite pieces of furniture. I always love to go through them and see what people hide in them. This one is unfortunately empty, but sometimes you can find hidden spaces inside of these secretary desks. This one is completely empty, unfortunately. Wow. And a little pink chair standing here in the corner of the room. Let me show you how small this chair actually is. It's very tiny. Okay, let's move on. And then from this room, we can go further throughout the place. You can see these wide open doors here that lead us straight into a lovely space and one of the biggest spaces of the entire household. Look at this wonderful room. It's sort of a living room / dining room, everything into one. And I absolutely adore it. It is unfortunately completely falling apart, withering away. Look at that lovely ceiling. These wooden beams all throughout it. The mold spreading between them. Wow. And then here in the corner we're gonna start this little library section. You see here, there's a European atlas from Shell left behind. Look at that. Again, a lot more German books left here. Diamond and gemstone industrial product. Okay, this is probably a book for Mister Marcel. Probably loved to read that. Shelf with some glasses on there, some plates. I'm also quite curious behind this door. Oh yes, this used to be the kitchen of the place. But unfortunately, right now, it's a very big mess. Nothing much to see in here anymore. Let's move back to the living space because that's way more beautiful than that kitchen area. A long cabinet standing here against the wall. It's completely covered in greenery. Already, look at that. Nature's literally taking over this cabinet, making it hers again. The whole floor is also falling apart. Wow, is there still something inside of here? Not nothing much. Love this painting that's standing here. This young boy. Looks like a painting that I've seen quite often throughout abandoned places. Lovely pot, also standing here. And they never let go of their roots. This is definitely a painting of a Swiss landscape. Switzerland is known for its rivers and its mountainsides. I cannot pinpoint exactly where this is. This is a beautiful painting of their home country. And these doors over here, they would lead right into the back garden of the place. Beautiful. A dining table for 4 people. Still a lovely flower standing in the middle of it. Yeah, of course, it's fake, fake plastic flower, but it's still nice to see. Green upholstery chairs, 4 of them around the table. Oh, hundreds and hundreds of magazines lying on top of here, all clustered to each other and completely soaked over the years. Well, you can even see up there the plaster and the wallpaper are completely gone, and you can see the exposed brick from the building. Looking at that brick, I think this building is early 1900s, late 1800s. Looking from the style of it. A cabinet that's completely falling into pieces, but all the glasses are still standing inside of there. Isn't that just crazy? I just moved the door a little bit by standing on there. Only this wooden plank holds the door closed. The floor, it's bulging up. It's deforming. Wow. Oh, I love this sitting area over here as well. A big couch in the middle. A lovely big upholstered sofa that unfortunately shouldn't be here. It should be saved, but it's still standing here until this day. And here they would sit in the evening, enjoy a fire, this wonderful marble fireplace. What a wonderful scene. What do we have right next to here? An old stand right next to it. This is not a vacuum machine, but I believe this is a polishing machine. Fabric. Never heard of that brand before. Definitely a very vintage cleaning machine. A depiction of a dog somewhere in nature looking at some pheasants. Wow. Look at this fireplace. The marble statues right next to it. The carvings on the ironwork inside the fireplace. The tools still standing next to it. Isn't this all just wonderful? Wow. And I just noticed there's also a sword hanging here on the wall. Wow. This has been hanging here for a long time. I don't believe, no, it's a dull sword, so it's not sharp anymore. Wow. It's a decorational piece. Let's place it back neatly here on the wall where I found it. Oh. And then we have another depiction of a French countryside. I'm wondering what the story must have been of the people that lived before Marcel and Petra inside of this place. Because this place has been around for more than a century. Another lovely upholstery chair here in the corner. Whenever I go throughout these places, I always try to imagine how people used to live in here, how they used to reside here and what they would do in their day-to-day lives. Because the people that lived here were, of course, very, very wealthy. So they had a lot of time to do things. Wow. Love the carvings inside of this cabinet. There's a man reading a scroll, another sort of priest, a thinking position. And do you see what I see as well? You can see the seam around here. And that means that there is sort of a hidden door behind here. You can see if it doesn't seem that it still wants to open, but We will have a look if we can find the other side of the door and if we can go into that room. Right next to here, another lovely cabinet. Oh, I absolutely adored this room of the house. What a masterpiece. And here we can go again throughout this arched door. And you can see probably I added this one on later as well to remove the door that was in here. Ooh, that noise. And then again we come into some sort of a hallway. The wonderful, wonderful lantern again hanging here in the middle. Here this side leads back to the hallway. Then we have this other side. He was literally working on every section and corner of the building. Wow. Yeah, I think this doorway ends up... This doorway literally goes nowhere. This is the other side of the hidden doorway. And he completely plastered it up and it's gone right now. Look at that. And we came into some sort of a bathroom, as you can see, with everything still in there, the toothbrushes and all these things. Oh my God. Look at this bathroom that we have right in front of us here. This bathtub, I've never seen one of those ever before. It's like a mechanical or electric bathtub that would raise and lower down, I think, to assist Marcel or Petra in their baths. Love that there is a fireplace behind it, and then this modern shower. I love that also the spiderwebs are taking over everything. Okay. Sort of a dresser to the side here. Lots of cabinets thrown together. All his clothes are still in there, still lying. And his shoes are also still down below there. Okay everybody, and now it's time to venture upstairs up this beautiful stairway and see where Petra and Marcel and the children used to live, or used to sleep. Their most private parts of the household. Okay, let's go up here. I absolutely adore this twisting staircase. We see this a lot throughout places in France, but still every time I find one, I'm totally amazed by the craftsmanship that goes into these beauties. Ooh, very steep curve up to the second floor. And even here, Marcel was working on the building, was fixing it up everywhere. What? What do we have over here? Okay, multiple boxes, Marlboro, brunette, and these are extra soft filter cigarettes. They're literally, probably, you see it over here, 10,000 cigarettes. 200 boxes inside of here. Oh my gosh. Somebody in this place used to be a very heavy smoker, or they did something with selling these things, or they collected these boxes of some sort. But wow, I've never seen such big... Oh no, I did. Let me link a video up here. A place that I filmed together with Jordi. And I also found lots and lots of these cigarette boxes before. Okay. This is the first room here to the right. Wow. And it's already absolutely wonderful. I think this used to be a children's bedroom. Looking at the size of the bed, the single bed inside of here, covering the doorway over there. So it must have been difficult to get into the bathroom. Love the color of it, this gold colored, still made bed. Lovely upholstery on there as well. Look at that. Everything still in great shape. Depiction of a French town right next to here. Let's also have a look in the bathroom that is attached to here. Wow. The furniture piece in the bathroom is also beautiful. One thing I noticed as well is this lamp hanging here to the side. It's purely a decorational piece because there used to be a lamp in here, but there's no cable running anywhere. And here we can see one part again of Marcel has roots of going to Hong Kong for his business. This man here in the middle of the picture might have been the owner of this place. Shaky Bangkok. Oh no, this is Bangkok, this is Thailand. Sorry, this is not even Hong Kong. So he worked all over Asia to sell his products. Wow. Lots of books standing here right next to the bed. Love the covers, the style of the book. Die Heilige Schrift, the holy book, it says over here. Wow. Have a look at this beauty. This is probably hundreds of years old. Oh my gosh, I'm throwing things on the ground. Wow. That's absolutely amazing. I always love to see books like that. I definitely have to place this back neatly. Or looking at the gold plating that's over here on the sides of the books. Wow, isn't that just insane? Okay, and then we have this corner set up over here. Look at this piece of furniture that we have to this side. I don't know the name for this piece of furniture, but it's some sort of a little sitting / reading place. And you can see a couple of books are still lying here to the side. Absolutely wonderful piece of furniture, I must say. And it complements the bed inside of the room here. Wow. A little display with flowers over here. And then the marble fireplace, the flowers above there. And then we got this this bordered painting over here. Wow, isn't that just amazing? Look at the detail and the style of it. Another upholstery chair standing here in the corner. This is a very common one. And here we got another one of those pictures with Marcel standing here in the middle of the picture. He definitely still looks like a very wealthy man. And then some inscriptions down below there. And this is again also in Thailand. Wow. I think he made this himself as well, because these wooden beams, it's not really typical French. You see it in some parts of France, but it's way more common in the country of Switzerland and Germany and Austria. So I think he tried to get that homely feeling again inside of this wonderful house. And this section also looks to be added on later on. Okay, a lot of junk inside of this space. Got a bed frame, the left side of us here. Oh my God, oh my God. Wow, wow. Look at the bed and at the bedroom that we just entered inside of. What a masterpiece is this. Oh my gosh. I absolutely adore it. The first thing I want you to look at is this wallpaper that we have over here. Look at this peacock sitting here. The colors on it and everything. It's just wonderful. And here we got another boarded painting hanging on the wall. I'm gonna go a little bit closer. You can look at the details, the weaves that they used. Every single weave is like a pixel of a picture. And then this bed, still made with all these colorful pillows at the end. Gives this room such a beautiful feeling. And there's one pillow still lying here in the middle. I absolutely adore this bed as well. Beautiful upholstery as well. Love the red accents on it. Wow. And then we got a painting of a woman standing down below here. This might have been one of the former owners or the ancestors of Marcel or Petra. Who knows? Wow, who am I to say? I don't really make assumptions when I go throughout here. Wow. Peeling wallpaper over the mirror over there. I love to see this. My channel is called Bros of Decay, so you can figure that I absolutely love decay inside of these abandoned places. There's also a chandelier hanging here in the middle of the room. Fireplace. Look at this basket inside of this fireplace. Wow. Still a couple of papers in there. Wow. And a little drawer to the side here. Lovely chair. This cushion on there. Wow. This princess depicted on there. A water jug on top of here. And I hadn't even seen that cabinet in the corner there. Wow. Look at the colors on there, so vibrant. Doesn't even fit the room, but I absolutely love it, I must say. It's probably also not an antique or vintage piece, but still, I absolutely love it. There's even still some clothes hanging in there. Wow. I think it's handmade by somebody inside of the house. Perhaps, or some relative or friend, or anybody. Who knows? And then we got another suitcase standing over here in the corner as well. Lovely. And then we can walk back through the hallway past the thousands of cigarettes. And here we come into another section of the household. Let's see if this room has something to behold. Oh yeah, this has something special. It's completely empty, unfortunately, but this has an encavement in the wall. And it's very typical for France because there used to be a bed inside of here. Unfortunately, they took it out. And as you can see, there are still plugs on either side of it. And it's a very typical thing that you only see in the country of France. Maybe sometimes in Portugal or Spain, but not that much. Crown molding, the ceiling again, lovely. And there's even still some toys of the children that used to come here, lying on the floor. And some rolls of wallpaper. Wow. Okay, let's go further. Here we come into another room that leads onto the balcony of the place. Have a look at this. They also got a wonderfully grand balcony over here. I can still see them sitting here, enjoying themselves in the evening and the morning. How amazing would it have been if you could drink your cup of coffee overlooking the landscape here, just enjoying the building. Look at the wonderful building that we have behind us here. Isn't it just a masterpiece? Wow. Very old broom standing here in the corner. Okay. And then we come back inside of the house. Oh, the wallpaper in this room is amazing. And if I look at it right, there's definitely also an Asian style wallpaper, I must say. Look at that. Two devils fighting with each other. I always love to look at the wallpapers inside of abandoned buildings. I don't know why, but I just find them very intriguing. And I don't understand why people don't decorate their house with wallpaper anymore nowadays. Some people still do it, but most people just paint rooms. Wow. This one is completely overthrown, unfortunately. What sometimes happens when buildings get abandoned, when people get notice of it, bad people get notice of it, they come inside of here, they break the place open, and they go through everything and search for the valuables that people leave behind when they pass away. And that's just very unfortunate. I always hate to see that. Yes, we got another amazing room to this side. And this is a single bed, as you can see. So most likely the other bedroom that we just saw was the master bedroom of the place, or maybe the one downstairs. And I'm not 100% sure of that. Again, a lovely wallpaper inside of this room, depicting the working class men and women of France back in that period. Wow. Down below it, we have another massive secretary desk, I must say. This is way bigger than the other ones. The one that we saw down below. Wow. Look at this masterpiece. A beautiful porcelain swan on top of there. And I also love this grandfather's clock. It's probably a very cheap piece made in, oh, it's made in Germany, it says on there. Oh, when something is made in Germany, it has quality, I always assume. A harp, woman playing the harp on these beautiful tiles down below here. This is most likely a bathroom. Let's have a quick look inside of there. Yes, it is. A very modern bathtub that never got finished in the corner over there. Lovely upholstery chair here in the corner. Wow, I adore this bed. Beautiful carvings everywhere. Still made, as you can see. Wow. There's even the glasses of the person that used to sleep in this room are still in front of the bed over here. Wow. And also a lantern here on a nightstand. Again, everything in this room is also starting to fall apart. This building needs to be saved quickly, otherwise it's impossible. Wallpaper peeling over the mirror down below here. This is actually one of the biggest gold-plated mirrors that we have seen in the house. Wow. Yucca plant, unfortunately, fake. And the face that's standing on it is also very, very beautiful. Oh, we got a picture of somebody left over here. Wonderful. There used to be a clock face inside of here. For some reason, there's now an angel, a gold-plated angel inside of here. Maybe they stole the clock piece that's in here. That would be so stupid. Edelsteinkunden. And this is probably these books that we see over here. Lade Winkelier, Edelsteinkunde. I'm gonna take this one out quickly. It's a very old book, as you can see. And this is talking about stones. Like diamond stones and stuff like that. See over here, emeralds and diamonds, and it's just talking about all these things. Oh, I love how this book is made. Isn't it absolutely wonderful? Also, all the devices from back in that time, how they worked these stones and how they crafted them. Wow, that's amazing. And then over here in the corner, we got this chair standing here, this beautiful upholstery chair, this grand lantern right next to it. Oh, love the style of it. And this was sort of a sitting area inside of this room. And also a small vanity over here in the corner. Wow. Amazing. To end it off, we're gonna take a look up on the attic like we always do. Like I always say, there's where the most memories of the people are stored, because people throw the things that they don't need anymore up there, or their memories and everything. And this is just one of my favorite places inside of these abandoned houses. Wow, I don't spend too much time up there mostly, but I just love going up these attics and seeing what's up there. Oh, they also made some beautiful wallpaper up here. Look at that. Isn't that just amazing? A mirror down below. Then we enter into sort of a storage room. And I can already see more boxes of brands with cigarettes lying all around here. So they probably most likely had something to do with the sale of cigarettes, because it's unlikely that somebody has so many cigarette boxes lying in their house. Here we got some clothes of Petra left behind. Look at those. She had very colorful taste in her clothing. And even her backpack is still lying there on the floor. Wow. Pieces of the chimney. Let's see what this back room has to offer. Here you can see the structure, the ceiling of the roof of the house. What's this over here? Absolutely no clue. It looks very unstable up here and I already feel it cracking underneath my feet. So I'm gonna make my way out of this space very carefully. Okay. There's one last section to the right side here that we haven't covered yet. A couple of things up here. Seems like they also wanted to convert these spaces into bedrooms for the B&B. Okay. Here we got one last section of the house. Wow. Let me sit down for a second here on the balcony and talk to you all. My first solo exploration is done and I'm so happy that I did it. I don't know what I was scared for. It was absolutely enjoyable. I really loved the silence and just taking in the building on my own and just showing you everything. Yes, I'm gonna do it more often in the future and I hope you enjoyed this video. What a fantastic place we explored today. Absolutely love the story of Marcel and Petra who came here from Switzerland to live out their last days in the beautiful country of France. With that all said, I wish you the best, Marcel and Petra, up there in heaven. And I want to thank you all for watching this week's video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and write me a nice comment in the comment section. There's also a link in the description for Patreon. They can support us and help us go around the world to explore these fantastic places because they need to be brought out. With that all said, I want to thank you and I will see you next week in another beautiful episode somewhere in the world. Bye bye, I love you very, very much.